College Classic. Did you say college classic campuses? We'll show you that we're reading Frederick Douglass, and we're reading about a time when America was concerning themselves with black people at Negroes or nigger, and the filthiness that was before and the filthiness that existed after men like this. The nigger word in a much different way than what we understand it today. Today it's used as niggas, nigger, or nigger. And it's funny because we don't understand the N-word in those days versus today. Today, you see black people in cities, what's up, my nigga, my boy, what's up, nigga, are black. And it's funny to think that that word that was used for slavery, but most common for black people, become a loving, touching word today. You know, God, He concerns Himself for who we are and the ladder of who we are. So let's go ahead and kick this off. We're reading Frederick Douglass, a slave. At the close of the year of 1835, Mr. Freeland, expanding his workforce, hired Frederick from his master for another year. However, Frederick knew he would rather live upon free land than with Freeland. Even if the latter was a good master, relatively speaking, approaching manhood, he resolved that the year 1836 would not pass without him attempting to secure his liberty. He spoke of his place and his plans with those he trusted, and they were ready to hear and ready to act if a feasible plan could be worked out. All were aware that even getting away without being caught meant living forever in the fear of being returned to slavery. Yet they wanted to try, they wanted to go north, they knew nothing about Canada. Their knowledge of the North extended no further than New York. The dangers of their choice were real, indeed. But what did they have to lose? To starve to death, literally and symbolically, in slavery, or to drown, to be torn to pieces by bloodhounds, to be overtaken by slave hunters, to be shot on the spot, or brought back to even harder bondage. Frederick resolved that he would prefer death to hopeless slavery forever. And finally, 500 men were committed to the classically simple escape attempt. Although the youngest, Frederick, became the planner and leader, they resolved to steal a large log canoe and paddle directly up to Chesapeake Bay on the Saturday night before Easter. Arriving at a point 80 miles from where they lived, they would set the canoe adrift and walk. And following the North Star until getting beyond the limits of Marianne to Pennsylvania. The reason for the water route was that they hoped to be taken for fishermen rather than runaway slaves. And anyone with the right face could stop them at any time and subject them to questions. Frederick wrote false attestations for each one, claiming to be William Hamilton and granting the specific slave permission to go to Baltimore for the Easter holidays. They were not headed for Baltimore. These papers were only to protect them while on the bay. Fears mounted. Frederick spoke every day and every night with the others, dispelling fears, doubts, and decisions, inspiring them, assuring them that the time was as right as it would ever be. The only one, notice of them, withdrew after having had an ominous dream in which he had seen Fredrick in the claws of a huge bird, surrounded by a large number of birds of all colors and sizes. This is college classic campus hits. When you think about Frederick Douglass, and you think about the life he lived as a slave, we have to question ourselves about today and slavery and what are we looking at in this Cold War. Are we looking at a new value in slavery? They say people on drugs are a slave. They say people on alcohol are slaves. They say people who live a certain lifestyle are a slave to the lifestyle. But is there another kind of slavery that exists among us? This is College Classic Campus Hits. Have you read Revelation 18 and 17? Do you know anything about the prostitute?